This is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie. Haven't watched any more anime, but I've gone down an extreme RPG Maker horror game rabbit hole, and I think that counts.
Yeah, kinda. I
It's
think it
it's
counts.
niche. I didn't expect it to become this intense, but I was trying to remember one of the games, and I found out that it was because I was like, where did I hear about this obscure fucking game? Because it sounds almost like creepypasta shit. Because it was I'm not gonna really bring it up like as something to talk about, but the creator unfortunately like committed suicide. And it's like, that
Oh.
sounds cursed. I was like, where did I pick this up? Where did I even hear about this? And it was from a YouTube video where the creator later deleted it. So it made me feel like I was being gaslit by the internet.
Wow.
Because I went and I watched every other video about it. I'm just like, this isn't the video. What's happening? I'm like moving cork board and string around trying to determine what happened. Anyway, how are you guys?
Not bad. Hi, I'm Joey. I've actually consumed a little bit more anime this week. I caught a few more episodes. One sec.
Hmm?
I had to cough. Sorry. I caught a few more episodes of that they're elusive samurai. And
How is the Elusive Samurai? Does it continue to be beautiful?
yes, it does continue to be beautiful, and it continues to be engaging and fun.
Hmm.
The jokes continue to land. And yeah, he does just kill a dude in the second episode, which is very funny.
Mhm.
Because it's like, wow,
Murder.
this child just
This
went
child just killed a man.
immediately. I mean, self-defense. It's fine. That guy sucked. He kind of deserved to be decapitated, but yes. I also read some manga this week.
Yeah, I heard you were reading a bunch of manga to the point where
I
you hit a soft cap on your manga reading program.
Oh, I didn't actually hit the soft cap. I just knew that there was one because it
Okay.
tells you. Yeah, Shonen Jump app only lets you read 100 chapters a day, which isn't, it's quite a little. It's quite a lot of anime or manga. Sorry. So like it's fine. I did read Burn the Witch, which I will only talk about briefly here. But does anyone remember this sort of like recap of like what it was like kind of about?
I have no idea what Burn the Witch is about.
Burn the Witch, they describe it as witches fighting, quote, invisible dragons in, quote, reverse London. That sounds like interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like some Ted Cuba shit.
The thing is that it is just it's Bleach. Like it's pretty explicitly in the Bleach universe. Dragons are just what they call hollows in England, it seems.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, like to the point where there is a sign in one of the panels that says something like Soul Society, like England division or something like that. But it's interesting because in England, like they're actually friends with most of them. But yeah, it is just Bleach in England. In fact, they're like the plot line. It's like a 5-chapter, like one shot. But the plot line is obnoxious light-haired boy accidentally comes in contact with a spirit being and is sort of becomes a target and is saved by a dark hair brooding girl. Wow, this sounds familiar, doesn't it?
It sounds like maybe this sounds like maybe trying an idea a different way.
And and I'm not saying that it is Bleach again, because it's very much not, but it has like a lot of, like there's a lot of parallels there. And I do think that it like kind of wraps it up like nicely in like the 5 chapters that it takes. But yeah, it was fun. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Nice,
but
nice.
I'm a Bleach enjoyer anyways, so that's
Love
me.
me some Bleach. Love me some pickles. Wow. Okay, that's a reference I don't think anyone's gonna get. That's cool though. Um, Hi, it's me. It's Louis. I'm here finally after
Our
well,
Louis
what
finally
was it?
returned from the
Yeah,
war. Yeah,
I don't know,
it's been a
I don't know,
few
like 2 or
weeks.
3 episodes.
Yeah.
it's been a year since I've last been on.
Yep.
That's what I'm deciding.
It
Um, what have I
was a
done?
time skip. You have an eye patch now.
Yeah, I have an eye patch now. There's a scar on my chest.
Mm.
Yeah, you got a
So,
cool scar. We love to see it.
um, I got a couple new tattoos. No. I didn't really do shit. I've been keeping up to date with like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, and well, I
Mm.
mean, My Hero Academia is over, so that's a thing. I don't think it was over last time I was on.
Hmm.
Um,
Right.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
I
Uh,
mentioned it in the news at one point.
the Jujutsu Kaisen's fucking ending in like 3 weeks, and I'm not ready.
How's the
There was no
wrap
new
up
chapter this
going?
week.
I was about to say, how's the wrap up going? Is it like a satisfying build up or wind down?
I mean, it.
I heard he was
I
doing
don't.
fun stuff with Miguel.
I there's still some things I need to be resolved in the what's left, and I think they're going to address it. But
Hmm.
I am okay with. Listen, I just want my kids to be safe and happy. That's all I
Mhm.
want. And so far, they seem to be safe and happy.
Yeah, nice. You guys want some news?
Yeah, let's have it.
I scrounged some news up. Sometimes, and some days, let me tell you, the barrel is real fucking dry. Because I try not to bring like stupid shit to this podcast. Nobody wants to hear me just like read an article about some voice actor agency putting together a idol group that's not going to go anywhere. Like nobody wants to hear about that. We're not those kinds of otaku, but I've got a couple of news items. One of them is that Orange Ink has had to scale back their plans about their translating manga with AI because it turns out they were full of shit, and only about 10% of the titles on the newly launched digital manga store Emaki are going to actually be AI translated. Nobody can tell if this is because the AI software is dog shit or if people were so angry that they got scared.
Maybe a little column A, maybe a little column B.
They have significantly scaled back, and it appears that nobody is buying stuff from them
With your help, we can take that 10% to 0.
and make it 0.
Thoughts and prayers.
Let's see. Uzumaki. Uzumaki has a date. It's coming out September 28th. It looks incredible. We're
Oh,
going to
that's
watch
so
it.
close.
We're going to
Hell
see it.
yeah. We got to see it.
Yeah.
And finally, this is a weird one. Did you guys know that Saint Youngmen is going to get a live action film?
Oh, I had no idea.
Think about that for a second, because it looks just as ridiculous as that would entail. This is borderline blasphemous.
Borderline, huh?
I really like the big fake earlobes they put on the Buddha guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice
Nice.
touch. Um, Jesus is being played by a Japanese man, which leads to all kinds of
That is questionable, I
aesthetics,
think.
like interesting aesthetics questions. He says the same shitty little mustache, which I think is good.
You know what?
But and I swear, before I read the last word of this sentence I'm about to say, I nearly passed out laughing.
Okay.
Which is the Yamada, who also serves as producer of the film, says, "I am very happy to be able to make a film adaptation of Saint Youngmen. This film story is a typical one that will be enjoyed not only by fans of the original manga, but also those who are new to Jesus and Buddha." Vacation. But I was just thinking about people who are new to the concepts of
This
Jesus
concepts
and
of Jesus and Buddha. I
Like-
fucking love that. I
like a
adore that.
28-year-old man who hasn't heard of Jesus.
Like, who is this Jesus?
This is the mythical person that they teach missionaries about.
Yeah,
People who haven't heard of Jesus. This movie looks like it could honestly be really fun, and I'll have to try and keep an eye out for it.
Yeah,
Um,
sounds pretty fun.
and that's the news.
Yeah.
Can I tack on one more piece of news?
Do you want to tack on a piece of news?
I'm stealing the microphone. I'm holding the microphone now. The talking stick is
Mm-hmm.
mine. Hello, hi. Just to slightly bring back what Joey was talking about earlier with Bleach, but in England, Bleach, but in Japan is coming back in October 5th.
Oh yeah, I've
Sweet.
been hearing about the Blood War.
Yeah,
They've been doing that.
the third core for the Blood Year.
I need to
Thousand
get
Year
back
Blood
to
War arc.
Bleach.
It was-
Not gonna lie. I'm curious.
Year 2 of 1000.
Year 2 of
Um,
1000. Yes.
So you guys want to know what I picked out from the old list I keep around?
Yes.
Bleach.
This one I thought we would go sports anime. I thought we would go with
Ooh.
Oblivion Battery.
All right.
It appears to be about baseball. You
Yeah,
kids
baseball.
like baseball?
Yeah, baseball. Yeah.
Bold of them to make an anime about Scout TF2.
Stop it.
This intro joke has a disappointing amount of nipple hair.
Oh god. See, he says that's a one-liner, and I don't exactly know what the vibe is in Japanese, but in English it's complete nonsense.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
who wants this blurb that seemed relatively long?
You're gonna have to kill someone.
It's gonna have to be me, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Haruka Kiyomine and Kei Kaname were once recognized as the most formidable pitcher-catcher duo in middle school baseball. Known as the General, Kaname paired his expert strategies with Kiyomine's explosive that's a mouthful for an American. Explosive pitches, brushing the dreams of many starry-eyed players who hope to one day make it to the big leagues. High school freshman Taro Yamada is one such former player. Having given up on competing, he enrolls in Kotasashi High School, a completely average public school with no baseball team to speak of, where he discovers that his new classmates are the legendary pair who once destroyed his dream. Adding to the shocking revelation, he learns that Amnesia has reduced the once level-headed general to a vulgar class clown. Having lost all interest in baseball, Kaname dragged a disappointed Kiyomine to Kotasashi simply because the school was close to where they live. As Kotasashi forms a fledgling baseball club, Yamada meets other players who he once admired who also left baseball behind. While they might be unwilling now, Yamada believes that if he can convince such talented athletes to start playing again, it might be possible to achieve their dreams and win the national championship, as long as they can put up with Kaname's incessant joking. They cannot. I would
They
kill him.
can't. They they can't. They can't do it.
This really is a cautionary tale about how like structure and discipline can turn you into a decent human being. And if you lose that, you
If you get amnesia, all you'll do is talk about nipples forever.
Fairy
That's-
nipples specifically.
he must have amnesia. He forgot that he's him.
I literally wrote he must have amnesia on this paper, but I was like, no one's gonna get that.
Interestingly, they don't. I think everyone in our listenership might actually get that.
That might be true, actually.
And if they don't, we have to inflict it upon them. But interestingly, they don't actually say what the accident was.
No, they don't.
But we'll get to that because we need to talk about this introductory scene because this introductory scene does set a very interesting tone.
Oh man, it's very
It's
funny.
a very long cold open, and
It got some cicada noises to bring you into the moment.
It's I'm gonna call him Kyo because Kyo Mina just doesn't come out of my mouth properly. Kyo and Kaname, they they're killers.
Cold-blooded.
They're in upper middle school baseball, which by the way, I remember being in middle school and I was a full fucking child. like
Yeah.
like I don't the way anime shows middle schoolers is insane to me.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
two might as well be fucking adult the way they're depicted. But and they are freshmen in high school whenever we actually see them.
Yeah,
But
yeah, freshmen in high school would be talking about nipple hair probably.
it's kind of ridiculous.
I mean,
But this is unimportant. These two are fucking killers, and we watch them strike out every batter on the opposite team, including one who is like visibly shaking and sweating at the
Yeah.
prospect of facing them. Kaname looks pretty normal actually. He's sort of a tousled blonde-headed fuckboy. We'll talk about Kyo for a minute because he's completely deadpan. Uh, Always has half-lidded eyes and his mouth is usually slightly open, giving the impression of like the big guy in any like cheap yaoi dojin.
Yes.
He looks like
Which
he should have enormous hands.
which we are going to have to talk about because there's some lines in this show that make
Come
you
on,
wonder. Listen, they make you wonder the intentions. Like
it's the metaphor is so obvious. I'm not
you
even
can't.
sure I was going to acknowledge it if you guys didn't. But
We'll get there. We'll get there.
but the point is that we're not there yet because they're going to strike out every guy on this other team, and the lighting in this scene is so fucking harsh.
It's intense.
I like the music.
And the soundtrack, this is not the soundtrack to sports. This is the soundtrack to a fucking firing squad execution.
It's so
This is like
ominous.
JRPG Final Battle.
He is
Yeah.
like they are not playing fun baseball. They are crushing these people.
They're killing people.
You expect to see casualties.
I mean, yeah, the way that everyone's reacting, they might as well have been killing them, executing them one by one.
They leave the last batter who just collapses to his knees after being struck out for the game-winning pitch. And yeah, Kyo like sees him and he's just like, huh. And Kaname walks up to him and is like, don't look at him. Don't look at him. We did our job. Don't look at him.
No,
Okay.
don't feel bad for crushing them.
It's completely
Smiley
normal.
face.
Don't think about the losing team. They're losers. Don't worry about it.
They suck forever.
It almost looks like they're going to start in on a conversation about whether or not it's ethical for him to use this kind of power. But they do not.
They don't.
Because yeah, they have that moment where it's just like we're gonna we won, so we're gonna move ahead. We're always gonna be together. We're always gonna play baseball together. And then we cut to a hospital room because Kaname has had a horrible head head injury accident in a hospital, and he's sitting there eating a banana. And Kyo comes in with a basket with a gift basket, a get well soon sort of thing, and he's just standing there for a second, and Kaname says, "Are they?
I was like,
who are you again?" And then we cut to the intro, which apparently jump scared Lou.
I like Mrs. Green Apple, and I didn't realize the song was a anime song.
I forgot this was animated by Mappa.
Oh yeah, it was.
Until I saw their name in the credits and went, "Oh shit!"
I was like, oh yeah, hey, cool.
That's why it looks good. God, I hope everybody got paid.
I know.
But yeah. So when we come back, we actually move perspectives. We don't stay with them because we need to join our regular guy. which is Taro Yamada. And Yamada's deal is that his dad was a big baseball guy, really loved baseball, and straight up gave him uh gave him like a Joe Blow type regular name so
Yeah.
that he could really be a baseball guy. I guess that's an association. All the American baseball guys I know have, well, foreign names. I'm thinking about it. What was his name? Ichiro or whatever, who was pitching for the Rangers, who barely speaks English.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of Dominican guys.
Yeah.
That, and if I think too long about it, I'll go back to like that Japanese baseball game where all the guys were like Mike Hernandez and
Yeah,
Mike
yeah, yeah.
Truck. Um, but this
Yeah.
is pointless because yeah, his dreams were crushed. He was apparently great in like little league baseball, but whenever he got up into the real league and went up against Kaname and Kyo, he was absolutely crushed. He was the first guy they struck out, the one who was just visibly sweating. He was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's 3 words an athlete must never say. I quit baseball.
But he did it.
It's like, no, absolutely not. I'm doing this. It's just like, I signed up for a regular ass public school that's pretty okay, which also is still strange to an American that you have any choice what public school you go to.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it is weird.
Um, it's just like, I'm gonna live peacefully. I'm gonna find something else to do. uh, and he's coming in, he's just like, it's new day. I feel good about this. Who the fuck is that? Because a little ways behind him, there's a bunch of girls crowded around a very tall man, uh, and a little blonde fuckboy dipshit. And
It's them.
he's just like, it couldn't possibly be them. Like they would have their choice of like private schools if they wanted to go to.
Yeah, they gotta go to a baseball school for
And
baseball.
unfortunately, Kaname locked eyes with him, and he just rushed over, and he's like, "Hey, buddy, you saved me. None of those girls were talking to me, talking to me at all. It's just like it's good to see a familiar face." And he's just like, "Yeah, we've never spoken. You know that? I wouldn't exactly call us friends." He's just like, "Oh shit, really?
He's like,
Um,
well, you're my best friend now.
we'll be friends now. Let me try out my one liner on you." And yeah, his catchphrase is just like nipple hair. I don't.
Nipple hair. That's the whole phrase.
He does the little hand motion, like near like his wiggles his fingers out from his tits.
Yeah, that's the nipple hair.
That's the nipple hair, I guess. I don't get it, man.
No one gets it. That's the thing.
This is less of a class clown thing, and it seems like a lingering brain damage.
Yeah,
but
perhaps.
But yeah, and Kyo eventually joins them. He's just like, "Wow, you're really tall. How tall are you?" Oh, 185 centimeters. And as always, I go and convert it into feet and go, "Ha, he's only 6 feet tall." Um, but
All right. Tall boy.
a superiority. But he's just like,
Looks
"What?"
down, pathetic.
He's just like, "What happened with the girls? Did you get their numbers?" And he's just like, "They were annoying me, so I told them to leave. They couldn't see that I'm gay as hell." Um,
Yeah.
and Kaname does just like fall to the ground and said something genuinely funny, which is just like, "Man, you know I can't talk to girls. I'm too nervous. You got to do better for me." Just like that's pathetic, man.
It's pretty fun. He also says a line here, which I think he's going for an all the best joke, but instead he says all the breast.
He says all the breast.
Why did he say that?
Which is still kind of out of pocket, but marginally more funny than nipple hair. And yeah, they sort of get into it, which is yeah, he's got amnesia, and I don't know, they're unclear about who's narrating this section, but I think it might be Kyo. But he's talking about how like, yeah, we've been friends since we were really little.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been playing baseball since Little League. And he complained the whole time, and he was a huge ham. But after a while, he got really into being being a strategist, being a catcher.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever he got his injury, got amnesia and lost, forgot everything about baseball. It kind of freed his dipshit side.
Yeah.
He no longer has the structure and drive of wanting to excel at baseball. So now he's just like
He's a
this.
weirdo. Kaname is just like, wow, that's a great story.
Why you gotta make me sound like that? At least I know why you're. At least I know you're really my childhood friend, huh?
Uh-huh.
Sparkle. But yeah, the next scene is just Yamada just sitting in homeroom with them, and he's just like, these assholes had to come to my school.
He's like,
And there's not even a baseball team. And this I think is the most character establishing thing, because you can't hear them, but you can see Kaname do the nipple hair thing again. And
yeah.
and Kyo is just behind him, like dual clenching hand exercisers.
Mm-hmm.
I have one right here. I don't know what these are called. The grip strength trainers.
The clenchers.
I've never seen somebody dual wield them just sitting at their desk going. I'm just like, that's borderline sociopathic.
He's got to have
That's something Patrick
strong
Bateman
hands.
would do. But
he needs them.
But yeah, he sits there and thinks about it. It's like, huh. It's like, wow. Kyo really did just follow his friend here. He gave up all of his chances of being a pro player and going to a private school just because he wants to play baseball with Kaname and nobody else.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, that's sweet. And as they're walking out, he's just like, and it's a real shame because there's not even a baseball team here. And then they walk by the baseball team sign-up table.
Yep.
Because apparently
plot twist.
These two motherfuckers are hilarious. These identical bastards. They are NPCs.
They graze off your brain because they don't even look like anime. Like you know, when some character is the most average looking anime character, they are like a step down from that. They are like background characters.
They actually stood out to me because they don't have whites in their eyes. Their eyes are just dots.
Yeah, they were like.
I was just like, wow.
It's very funny.
Look at these clones. Fresh from the tube. But they're just like, hey, sign up for our baseball team. You two look like you got great physique. I'm sure you'd do great. And you too over there.
You look like your name would be Yamada.
The average looking guy whose name looks like it would be Yamada. And he's just like, shut up.
Like, that is my name, you bastards.
I believe Yamada is the most common name in Japan. It's like John Smith.
Right.
But yeah, he's just like, no, I'm not going to relive this trauma. I'm not doing it. It's just like, there's nothing that would get me. Kyo is already signing up for baseball.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, these guys came in came from the top and are not going to sign up for a bottom tier team like this. Oh God, he's already done it. And he turns around and he's just like, you sign up too, Yamada. And he's just like, I don't. Oh God.
He can't say no.
He looks like he's struck by some sort of like weird, like gay curse.
Maybe a little bit.
He's like, Kiyomine is inviting me. It like zooms in on his face. He's just like, I can't refuse. He's like trembling on the ground in the next scene too. He's just already signed up. And he's just like, you should sign up too, Kaname. He's just like, absolutely not. I don't give a shit about baseball. I'm so tired of hearing about baseball.
Everyone loves baseball. I would never play baseball.
I will never play baseball. What a pain in the ass. I don't know anything about baseball. Leave me alone. But Kyo's just like, but you're the only one who can catch my pitches.
That's the line. That's the fucking line. You're the only one who catches my pitches. Like, come on.
Do you think the Japanese have the same association with that?
I have to believe
With that,
that
like,
someone knew the phrase. I have to believe someone knew the phrase. Because,
it's gotta be, right?
how are they gonna, make this yaoi ass boy say this line to a guy who apparently played the sport that he hated for him until he was so good at it he was like god tier. Like,
It's pretty crazy. Anyway, we gotta add in some like real ass school punks, some
asshole
like
alert.
real River City Ranch them assholes.
River City Ranch?
What? I didn't say that.
Sounded like you said
I said,
River City Ranch.
well, I said River City Ransom, so
Oh, okay.
L for you. But
Well, no.
but the I mean, I can't call I can't very well call them Fist of the North Star goons. They're not that bad.
They're just random high school nerds. They're not
Um,
nerds. They're just jerks.
but yeah, he's just like, wow, we just joined, we already have shitty upperclassmen. And they're just like, you got some new recruits. Looks like you got some freshmen. And he steps up. This is always funny to see the little guy try and assert something over the guy who is just clearly superior to him in some way, like just larger or because Kyo is both. He's just a better baseball player, and he's also physically huge.
You're just saying
He's
that
just
because
like,
you're tall.
um, and well, I mean, listen, it doesn't happen to me very often, but it is always funny when it does. Um, but but yeah, he's just like, what position do you play? It's like pitcher. He's just like, oh, well, why don't you throw some balls for us? We were just headed over to the diamond, and yeah, we move scene. Um, his dickhead friend and Kaname are just standing outside because they haven't even bothered to take their uniforms off. He's like,
Mhm.
Kaname's just like, I'm not doing this shit. Baseball. Um, so so Yamada is stuck in a position of he's gonna catch. Um, and the guy's just like, all right, throw them at me. And Hio proceeds to like solemnly throw a series of like perfect like 100 kilometer
Yeah,
pitches.
he is throwing gentle. He is being so gentle with Yamada.
He is
Because
throwing.
Yamada, whenever he steps up, Yamada's like scared. He is like trembling. He's like, this guy is gonna kill me.
Well, that's the thing about like, and weirdly, I've been on like the other end of this. I have been struck by something thrown by a baseball pitcher before,
Hmm.
and hey, guess what? Fucking sucks. Some
It
of those guys
hurts.
just got a rocket on them,
Yeah, I have
and
also been hit. It hurts. It
I
doesn't
got
feel
hit with a
good.
rock.
Oh,
But,
oh.
um, not my brightest conflict I entered into,
Ugh.
but yeah, he's throwing perfectly straight, perfectly consistent, like 100 km pitches. I don't know if that's particularly fast or slow. I don't know that much about baseball.
Well, the
But the
the high
guy,
school bullies are just like laughing. He's like, "Oh, your
well,
baby little baby throws."
they don't recognize like the control. They're just like, wow, this is
Yeah.
just like the ones at the batting cage, and it's just like, huh? You mean the ones thrown by a machine, dipshit? Have you considered that? No, because you barely have two brain cells to run together. But Yamada actually starts to get a little pissed off about it because he knows how good Kyo is, and he's just like, "All right, Kyo, you can really throw one now.
Really lay it on me. Just give it
You
all you got, because
you can give it because he can't stand it." And
he doesn't
Kyo's
like
just
that
like
they're like making fun of him.
he was just like, "Okay."
All right.
And he's about you can hear them. There's a lot of good sound design in this because you can hear him gripping the ball. And he's just like, "Oh man, this is gonna be bad." And something activates in Kaname because he's watching. He locks in for a second. He's just like, "Hey, swap out with me." He's like, "Oh, okay." And he puts on the whole catcher's outfit and immediately starts to bitch about it. He's just like, "Oh, it's so itchy and heavy, and covers up my
You
nipples.
can't even see my nipples.
He's got a weird thing
Yeah.
He
going
loves
on.
them.
Is
He's
he
got a
supposed to be?
fixation.
Is he supposed to be out of the hospital yet? But
They did their best.
I mean, to be fair, he does explain why he's so into his nipples. It just the explanation doesn't make much sense either.
the explanation is stupid. Doc Mitch from Fallout New Vegas put him back together wrong. Didn't get all the bullet out.
Uh,
But yeah, he does squat down in the perfect form immediately, and he's just like, this hurts my knees. Oh, what a pain in the ass. Am I doing it right? And he's just like, yeah, put your hand, put your hand by your leg, and just keep it right in the center. He's just like, oh yeah, yeah, the dipshit is just like, oh, we're moving in a new pitcher, huh? First time pitcher. Well, anybody could catch these, and then Kyo throws him a bullet.
yeah, like it goes like
You could see the ball before,
yeah,
but you
yeah.
cannot.
This one,
It, it,
it's
it hits leather like a gunshot, and the
it
guy's
does
just
it
like,
makes a crack noise.
the batter's just like, Adi, Adi. Whoa!
He's just like, I have
There's
to
a
go see my girlfriend.
everybody here who isn't a class clown is funnier than Kaname. Because
yeah.
yeah, he almost does a bit here because he crawls all the way off the field to his friend, and then he stands up and he doesn't turn around, and he's just like, have a date with my girlfriend. We're going to go now. Pick up all the balls.
Yeah. They leave.
They leave, and Kaname's like staring down at his hand because obviously he felt it again, catching a ball. It triggered something in him, but he immediately diffuses it by just like, oh, holy shit, my hand! It
He's like,
feels
ow,
numb.
ow, ow, ow.
It's red, isn't it?
Look, it's
Oh, I'm never
red.
gonna do that again.
He is holding it up, and it looks completely normal.
It's normal. And then it cuts to a very nice outro sequence. I always like the colored pencil animated sequence.
It's stylish.
And yeah, that's the episode.
That's the episode.
What do we feel about baseball?
I'll be
You
real.
like-
I'm not a sports anime person. I mean, like, as far as sports anime go, like, I didn't hate this, but I mean, I wouldn't say I didn't like it either, because like, there's something here. It was well done, but
You like,
boy, I'm just
you
simply
like-
not.
You like samurai swords? I like baseball. I have to kind of agree, although I will say it's beautifully animated.
It's pretty.
It's very nice.
That
but
first scene, especially,
the first scene is incredible.
because like they have this thing where he's like the sweat drops. They look good. When he slides to the base, that looks good. I don't know.
It's incredibly harshly
nice.
lit.
Yeah.
Which really stood out to me. But I have to say, if we're gonna go with sports anime, I think I liked Eye Shield 21 better. And I think it's just because Eye Shield 21 had an actual demon in it.
Fair
You
enough.
remember that guy?
Fair enough.
Why was he like that? What the fuck?
I was gonna say, as far as sports anime go, I think Blue Lock might have been my favorite so far.
Blue
And I
Lock
haven't
had
even
something
gotten
going
to,
for it.
and I haven't even gotten back to that either. So
If only that everybody in it was an asshole.
true, and also it was doing some weird like death game stuff, but I don't know.
What do you
How
think,
about you,
Louis?
Louis?
What do I think about it? I think that
Let's see
it's sure
Paul
is a
Allen's
gay ass
sports
sports anime.
It is very gay.
I could see myself watching more of this, but if some of what's his name Kaname's tendencies don't get toned down, or like he doesn't start reverting back to his original personality as he starts to remember things, I might be
Yeah. or even if his jokes don't improve.
yeah. I just like I don't know. It's It's a fun sports anime that if you're watching like shit as it's on throughout the seasons, like it's a fun watch. But now that it's over and like it's,
Hmm.
I don't know. I need to read some reviews, I guess.
We might we might have to confront the sports anime of all sports anime at some point. We might have to watch Slam Dunk.
Oh, is
Uh,
that the sports anime of all sports anime? Because Haikyuu is up there.
Yeah, Slam Dunk is way older though.
I
And
y'all
mean,
are forgetting about the
yeah.
Prince of Tennis.
Oh, sure,
Prince of
yeah.
Tennis
Prince of
is
Tennis, I've heard, is quite good.
Prince of Tennis is a contender for that crown. If you're gonna, I would put, I would probably put that up against Slam Dunk. But uh, Slam Dunk also benefits from being, I believe, being drawn by the guy who does Vagabond. So,
Whoa,
um,
wild.
but anyway, if you'd like to tell us about your favorite niche sports anime, you can do that at oneepisodecast@gmail.com. Unless it's Ping Pong the Animation, we all know about it.
I need to finish Ping Pong the animation. That is one the word, not the number. We are also on Twitter and Blue Sky. We are at One Episode Cast.
I post
Come,
there.
send us jokes. Just don't talk about nipple hair, please. For the love of God, we're done. We're done with
Please
it.
just please. I don't care. Talk about it. Talk about it there if you need to. We need to build. We
We
need to
need
build brand
we need
recognition
interaction. We'll
on Blue
accept nipple
Sky.
hair. I suppose we'll accept nipple hair. Fine.
I
I
guess.
guess.
Uh,
Listener,
does
you're the
Baki?
only one who can catch our pitches, please.
God, does Baki count as a sports anime?
No.
If the
No,
sport
it
is
doesn't.
death.
It absolutely does not.
I mean, typically one does frown on vomiting up a hand grenade and throwing it at the enemy team in sports. But
Yeah. It has like tournament arc, I guess, but like that does not a sports anime make.
I want a sports anime. I want a sports anime for a regular sport that has the vibe of Baki. I think that would be an incredible experience if
What
it
would
was
be the
like about
funniest sport for that to be? Like lacrosse or water
lacrosse is
polo?
good. Lacrosse is really good. Given its like history too, you could lean into that.
Oh, you know what? Actually, they are the Golden Kamuy guy is making a hockey one now.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. I
maybe
heard he was making it. That'll probably be suitably
that'll
insane.
probably be wild. I think it's called Dog's Red.
We could have somebody make one like that about pétanque, the fucking French steel ball game you play at the old folks' home.
Ultimate Frisbee, the anime. Okay, let's
Mhm.
get out of here, please.